Hello, you're watching the Restimators. We are on week number 13 in our early retirement journey. Last November, we started a public account with $50,000 and every week we deposit about $500. Our goal is to reach $700,000 in 10 years by maintaining an yearly return rate of 15%. Every Monday, we make changes to that account. So if you want early access to these transactions, you can sign up for the retirement tracker. Link is in the description. This week we stayed positive. We went up about 1.83%, while the total market index from Vanguard VTI went up 1.88%. This was quite a busy week. Again, I'm noticing a lot of volatility in the market, and that's when I'm trying to take advantage of good deals out there. So let's start with all the transactions. There is a little bit of an issue with Plaid when it comes to the balance that it's being returned for Robinhood. For now, it says that I'm supposed to have 52,000, but that doesn't match with the 49,713 that we have in actual Robinhood. So I'm working with Plaid to resolve this issue. I don't think that's gonna take a long time, but in the meantime, I'm gonna be using this value because that's the one that we know it's right. So this week we actually closed our PayPal position that was gonna expire in March and rolled it over to April. So these two, it's the put credit spread that we had last week. So if you want to understand more about that spread operation, watch the last video from our public account. And we actually opened a new one for April, collecting more credit. So that position we are up, but we're still down overall with the put credit spread. So if we go back to Robinhood and we open this position, that is the one that is going to expire in April, we make money as the credit for that goes down. We are shorting this put, which means that we're bullish on PayPal. We open this position, we got a credit of 2,500, and now if you want to close it, we would have to pay 19. So this gap is the profit. But we had to close the other position for March, and we took quite a big loss. So we would need about 1,500 here to even break even, right? So that position is still in the red, although it says that you are 25% up. If you factor in the one that you had to close for a loss, you are overall losing money on this option contract. So going back to the retirement tracker, I've bought more of VTI on Monday. Also closed the VALE position. I'm pretty sure if you watched the last video, I mentioned that I was gonna close this VALE covered calls that I had against my 100 shares of VALE for a 50% profit. So that's what I did. Then the next day, VTI continued the sell-off, so I took advantage, bought more. And then 2 days later, I actually enabled more margin on Robinhood. So now if we go in my account settings, and then we go on Robinhood Gold, you can see that I'm up to 6,000 in borrowing limit, and I'm actually using that. I was like with 5,000, so now I'm 6,000. Overall, if the market continues to sell off like that, I'm comfortable going up to 10,000 or 20% of my account value in margin. Of course, going and using margin is risky. Always do your own diligence and know what you're doing before entering these operations. So with the extra $1,000, I bought one more contract of the LEAP for BABA on the 185. So right now I actually own 6 contracts, I believe, of that BABA option. Yes, that's right. I own 6 contracts of the BABA 185 call that expires in January 20th, 2023. Also, with that money, I've bought more Corsair. So quite a lot of operations, and that's, I think, was on Friday. I feel as the market continues to sell off like that, I'm quite excited with the opportunity to be buying these good holdings at a great discounts. They are all trading at 52-week lows, and that's where I like to enter the positions, right? So if we look at the overall position since open, VALE is the only one that we are positive, and we actually up quite a bit since we've opened this account 2 months ago. So that's quite a good return for 2 months. And this is not even factoring the covered call that I closed this week for a profit, because then the money goes back to the account. The VTI, so if you're not familiar with the kind of strategy we are doing here, we are using the core satellite approach, where we try to stay at 50% weight for the total market index, and we spread the other 50 with 4 different holdings and using option contracts to supplement that income. So if you open the holding details in the retirement tracker, you can see that it's roughly 10% in options, 40% in stocks, and 50% in ETFs. It's a little bit bigger because we are using margins, so it goes over the total balance that we have. So VTI is going down 10%, Corsair is down 17%, PayPal 20%, and Baba it's again at the last position. At some point we actually turned even green for Baba, and I made a video about that, and right after that week Baba started selling off again together with the market. Yes, that's like frustrating to see that your positions are all in red. My plan is, again, 10 years from now, I'm establishing the positions today, and the last thing I want is for the positions to run off like there is no tomorrow. Because for once, this is not sustainable. And second, I've just started building these positions and I'm depositing $500 every week no matter what. So I need to keep buying these holdings regardless. So I might be better buying these holdings at a discount. So that's the benefit of doing these while the market is selling off. In fact, 2 months ago was November, was the peak of the market. And that's right when I opened my account. Some might say, oh, terrible timing. I look at that as like great timing because I'm establishing the positions now and I'm hoping to collect great profits in the future. So that's it for this week. I'm looking forward for tomorrow where we're gonna get the 500 deposit, and I'm gonna be buying more of these great discount holdings that are going on for today. Thanks for watching.